like a series, haven't I? Like a money boot camp series, and this is night 3. And if this was paid, if you had paid for this, I'd probably be refunding you, because this isn't going to be night 3. There's not going to be a part 3. It was just about a part 2. So this is what I need to explain to you. So if you watched last night's session, something actually happened for me on last night's session. If you've not watched it, go and watch it. Because there was a lot of messages that I was delivering in there. A lot did come through. But then halfway through, I got the message to stop. I got the message to just like stop the live, stop the session. I delivered the message and I didn't need to continue it. And it kept forcing the energy, and if you watch the live, or if you was on the live, you'll see it for yourself. I kept having to sage, and deeper messages kept wanting to come through, but I wasn't letting them. So there was a point that something came up about my family and my mum, and I was trying to like hold it back a little bit, and I just didn't feel like I was in my truth, because I was delivering a money boot camp. You know, it's uplifting, it's about manifestation, it's about, you know, like high vibe shit. And my energy was just not in it, to be honest, and it's just not there for me, and I have to be open and honest about that. So this is meant to be part 3, and I woke up this morning. Hi Vicky, my darling. Vicky, do me a favour and just write in the group chat for me, babe, to our girls in our private group chat that I'm live. I forgot to put it in the chat for everyone. I've just confused everyone. Everyone thought it was 7 o'clock. I'm so sorry, girls. I am a little bit like this though. So yeah, I woke up this morning and my body was so heavy. Like I literally sat up and just lay back down. And I just felt drained. I felt energetically drained, and I didn't know what was going on initially. So I was like, okay. So then I ended up spending the whole day in bed, and I mean the whole day. Like I went for my walk at like, I think it was like 4:30 or 5 o'clock. It was actually 5 o'clock. I went out with the dog. So I ended up honouring the fact that my body was drained energetically, and then I ended up doing a little cacao ceremony. This is like 5 o'clock this morning. So I got on the cacao, which is always my go-to when I'm heavy and I feel like I need to be in my heart. And I had a little microdose, and I ended up just being in this ceremony all day, just putting my playlist on, and different things was coming up, and each song, like I don't know whether you've ever been on mushrooms before. It wasn't like on mushrooms, it was only a microdose. It wasn't like a big, it was only a little thingy. But when you do a mushroom ceremony or any plant medicine, like you'll go on journeys with the music, and that's what was happening to me in my bedroom. And every song was like opening a new part of me, and like different feelings was coming up, different memories, and just loads of stuff was just coming up. And at this point I wasn't aware of the fact that I was receiving the message that I was about tonight, about here. I'm gonna make sense in a minute, I promise. Just stay the fuck with me. So then I received the message. I feel I received it last night and I was blocking it, and it was like a message of just like, what are you doing? Like, you're doing this money mindset boot camp, and you're trying to point these girls in that direction of like abundance, and I'm talking like goal setting and different things, and then it's like the message was like, you don't need to be teaching these women about universal laws, these women can't even feel into their own heart space. These women don't even know who they are. These women are so numb and disconnected from their feminine essence that they're going around this world and they haven't got a clue what it's all about. And you're trying to teach them how to make money and how to do this and how to do that. Well, that isn't the work. And that isn't the work that you're here to teach. So on last night's live, and I know a few of you was on it, I'm just going to stay with this instead of, I'll check the comments at the end. Things was trying to get deep on last night's live and I wasn't allowing it. Because I was trying to be like this coach energy. And it really felt out of alignment for me. I don't know how to teach like that anymore. And this is the thing when you're on the journey, and this is why I had to do this live tonight, because I wasn't going to do it. I don't need to do it. I don't need to explain myself to anyone. I can just say, oh, there's not a part 3. Like, that's that. Nobody would even ask any questions. They'd just be like, oh yeah, there's not a part 3. That's like sound. I wanted to show up tonight in my genuine truth. No hiding and no performing, as this permission slip for you, whoever you are watching this now on the live, watching the recording, whatever the situation is, as your permission slip for you to be in your truth, for you to honour you. And that's what last night was about, and that's why this morning I couldn't get out of bed. And then I had to sit with, like, what am I actually doing? This isn't the work that I'm here to deliver, and this is what will happen when you're on the journey and you're stripping yourself back and you're letting go and you're saying goodbye to the old ways of being, the old ways of doing, the old habits, the old thoughts, the old ways of showing up for people. You'll find yourself in this battle where it feels like you're almost in between worlds, and the old you and the new you, it's like you're back into. And it's not about good or bad, like stay neutral with it. Like stay at 12 o'clock. It's not good, it's not bad. When I do that, it's not bad. When I do that, it's not good. It's not about judging yourself or like, I need to be this, I need to be that. You don't need to be anything. You just need to be in the moment and meet yourself for where you're at. And that's what I'm doing now. So this Money Bootcamp series that I was trying to help you, it's like it's from a place of being in service. But that's the old me who's in service in that way. And now this version of me doesn't know how to do all of that. So last night, for those who wasn't on the live, and if you watch the recording it'll make sense to you, I had like a PowerPoint with like just things written down to keep me on track. And it was really knocking me because when it's almost like, it's mad because it was like me controlling me. So I was telling, a past version of me who wrote the PowerPoint was telling that version of me in that moment of what to say and say this and say that. And I don't like that. I don't like working like that. It's not who I am. I don't align with PowerPoints and presentations and staying in this lane and don't go out of the box, and I don't like all of that. It doesn't feel good to me. It's not my work anymore, but it used to be. It used to be how I worked. Where now I like getting the camera out and just speaking and saying what's on my heart space. And it's just being in that level of truth is what I'm getting at. So I don't align with women. Women don't come into my world who are absolutely smashing life and like, you know, 6 figures in business and they want the next level and they're fulfilled and the whole and the complete and they're in a good place with where they're at. I don't meet women like that. I align myself with women who are struggling, women who are really disconnected from who they are. I align myself with women who have got a story. Women who struggle to be seen for their truth. And they carry a lot of shame and they don't know who to be. So then they become whoever the world wants them to be. They're the women that I meet and they're the women that I'm here to be in service of. It's like, let's get real, like let's get real. So what, you want to build a 6-figure business and you want a nice house and you want to drive a nice car, and you want to, you know, grow your platform and you want to be this and do that and be seen this certain way and all of that. And yet, look at the relationship that you're in. Look how unhappy you are. Like, look at the people that you surround yourself with. Look at the relationship that you have with your parents, with your siblings, with the people in your life. Look how disconnected you are to every single person around you. Look how you allow the person that you're in a relationship with to treat you. And just go deeper with it, like really feel into the connection that you're in and how disconnected you are in that connection. Look at your sex life. Look how you receive. Look how you love. Look at the story of love that you have. But yet you want to build a 6-figure business. And you don't. It's the truth of it. You actually don't want that. You just want to distract yourself from this. While you're focusing on building out there and looking that way and being whatever the outside world wants you to be, social media, your clients, your students, people that you're in service to, whatever, whilst you're able to distract yourself over there, then you don't have to come back in here. And I just can't be a part of that. I just can't. Doesn't align with me morals and doesn't feel in alignment with me mission, and definitely doesn't feel like it's what God wants me to do. Like, that's not the work that I'm here to do. And I feel if you've came into my part of the world and you've aligned with me and what I'm about, and that can be anything, whether you've been in an event or you're in my membership or you're on this live or you're just scrolling on YouTube and come across me and you're like, oh yeah, I'm going to listen to her. It's because there's something within you that doesn't sit right, it doesn't feel right. You want truth. You want to honour yourself. You want more than what this world is telling you to want. Like, what impact are you here to have? Why don't you start with that question before you start with your 6 figures and I want to make 10k months and I want this and I want, what impact are you here to have? What value are you bringing to people? Do you serve when there's nothing in return? When there's no exchange of money? Are you still in service? How do you live your life? Who are you? Who are you without your business when you don't want to make money? Who are you when you're in service? Like, who is that version of you? How are you impacting other people's lives every single day? And I'm not just talking about, you know, holding a cacao ceremony for someone or space, doing live events, doing all of the things. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about smiling at somebody, holding the door open, giving somebody a compliment, letting somebody go in front of you, giving way to somebody at the traffic lights, helping a neighbour, the way that you speak to your own children, the way that you speak to your own parents, talking about who you are in this world. What are you contributing to this world? And I think this is the work that we need to be doing before we start going all in on wanting the 6-figure business and this and that. Like, you're here to leave this world a better place. Do you live by that? Do you even realise that that's what you're here for? How does that feel for you in your body? Because when we get caught up in the business and the goals and the what I can get from life, it all comes very much so about us. It's all me, me, me. And that's why it doesn't bring the happiness that you think it's going to bring. And it never will. Never will bring that happiness. Because it's not about you. It's never just about you. About the service to everybody around you, who need you, who need you. And I think if you really took the time to really go inwards and be more in your heart space instead of the mind all the time, if you just let yourself be in your heart, you would realise that your wants and what you think you want and what you think your goals are, they're very different. They're so different. I always talk about it in my membership, like it's the ego goals and the soul-led goals, and the two very different frequencies. And this is just a journey that I had to go through. I don't know. Never understand it with technology. This is speaking to my soul. I love this. I didn't feel in alignment with the money one. It had my head gone. I felt so disconnected, so I'm glad that you changed this tonight. I feel back in tune with you. I can feel every word that you are saying. Yeah, and you know, people are gonna, and this is why I said, like, if this was, I was charging for this course, I would refund you, because there's people out there who aren't going to resonate with this, and they're just going to be like, what are you on about? Like, I want to make money because money is what makes me happy, and it gives me freedom, and it gives me this, and it gives me that. And I believe that the work that I'm trying to teach it and I'm putting out there and I'm living by is that it actually doesn't. Not if you're a shitty person. Not if it's just all me, me, me. What can I do for me? And people feel that disconnection from you. People feel that you're not in your heart. You're not connected to your heart. You're led by ego. And you might be driven and ambitious and going after it in life, and that's amazing. But who are you actually in service to? I think that's a question that we all need to sit with every day. Like every single day. What am I here for? Why did I come here to be a part of this? What's it all for? Is it to live in the nice house and to drive the nice car and to have the Instagram following and to have the money and be able to say I'm this and say, is that what I'm here for? Is that what I'm here to be a part of? And you know it now, as I've just said that. You already know the answer. You don't need to meditate, you don't need to sit on it. You know it. No, it's not. That isn't it. I was sold the lie that actually isn't it. Yesterday I took my neighbour out, Marge. For those that don't know, she's my 90-year-old neighbour, but she looks like 60. I'm not messing as well, she's actually younger than me, but I took her out to see a friend. And a friend's got like this disease, like this illness, I don't know what to call it. It's a big long word, so I don't know what it's called. And she's been given 3 years to live. And she lives like an hour away. She's only in her 50s. She's Marge's friend because she used to work for Marge, and her brother used to have the solicitors and she used to run it and stuff, so she's like this family friend to them. And she's been wanting to go, and I'm like, I'll take her. So I took her yesterday, and she said, oh, please come in and meet my friend. And I didn't want to like intrude, you know what I mean? I wanted to leave Marge with her, and so I come in and said hiya. And the husband came out actually when I pulled up, and he was like, this is crazy. And I was like, what? So I've got a private reg on my car, and it's W9, so, and then it's KSC, so that's mine and my son's initials, so Keegan Stringer, Catherine Worsley, and Keegan's favourite number's 9. And her initials, her first name, second name and surname is KSC, so Kimberly Sarah Conaway, something like that. Anyway, the husband came out and said that, and he was like, how bizarre is that? And I was like, I know, yeah. I was like, wow, that's mad. Anyway, went in, met her. I was like, oh, it's so lovely to meet you, I heard so much about you. And then I just went off and done my thing all day, left Marge to it, give her the full day with her. And then I went back, and when I went back she wasn't ready, so I went in, and I'm sat there in this house, this gorgeous house, oh, beautiful home. Like so much, it's old, like all the old wooden doors and just so much character to it. And I was just sat with the two of them, and like Marge is obviously 90, and then this woman's got 3 years to live, and then there's me, and I'm just sat there. And in that moment I just felt like this shift in the energy. So Marge was talking about something, and it was quite light, the energy was light as they was talking, and then I just felt the shift, and it just went really like I had to like be like like take a little bit of a deep breath. And the next minute she just completely opened up to me, this woman that I'd never met. And Marge didn't know that she had 3 years to live with this disease, and Marge speaks to her every week on the phone, and she just come out with it, and she was just like, I've got 3 years to live. Well, she was given 5 years, and that was 2 years ago. And then she just started talking, she just got really vulnerable and open, and she started talking about her childhood and marriage and just going through like stuff. And she was saying how she was so fit and healthy, and she used to go running every day, she used to always be in the gym. I had my gym stuff on, and she was like, look at you in your gym stuff. And I was like, oh, I know, I've come straight from the gym. She's like, oh, I loved the gym. I was like, did you? Because she's just there now, she can't walk, she can't leave the house, she can't do anything, she can't even talk properly. It's a very rare disease. It's mixed with Parkinson's and something else, and only 3,000 people in the world have it or something. And she's telling me these stories, and I just really had this moment of like asking that, like, what are we here for? Like, when you really get in the heart space and you sit with yourself, it's like, what am I doing? Like, what am I doing? And you know, I know it's a bit deep to be like thinking over this, but I'm like, why am I trying to teach us how to make money? Like, what am I doing? And feel like it was God asking me, like, Catherine, what are you doing? This isn't my work. I didn't ask you to do this work. These women can't even feel into their own heart space. They're in relationships with someone, people that they don't even love, or they disrespect them, or they don't even feel anything, and they're in these relationships and yet they think they need to make money and they need to have this business. And yesterday, and I think that's why I felt this way on the live, because that moment happened like 2 hours before I got on the live with this woman. So she's there in that beautiful home, worked hard her whole life, had a really good job, like she's worked her way up. She didn't work up to a lawyer, but like she in like the solicitor's field and stuff. And then she's also an accountant as well. So she was like to me, oh, I would have helped you back in the day with your books. And then she's got this husband, and he was a pharmacist. And what? So they're just living in this beautiful home, and they've spent their life being in service, and they've had a good life together, and now they're just sat around waiting for it to die. It's the reality of it, isn't it? That's what's happening. And it just really got me when she was opening up, and I really found myself asking the deeper questions of like, yeah, Catherine, you need to stay focused there, you need to stay in the heart. And like Marge couldn't thank me enough, and she thanks me all the time because I do a lot for her, but she has no idea what she does for me. And she was like, I'm driving home with her and I'm thinking, like, this isn't going to be forever. She's 90. And I think sometimes we think we've got all the time in the world and we're always going to be this. And we're always just going to have this life, and we're always just going to, you know, have our mum and dad here, and have our sister here, and our brother here, and our kids. And I think we can really get lost in it and get caught up in the bullshit. And we forget what we're here to do. We forget who we are, like we do. And I think when we focus all of our time and our energy, and we pour our heart and soul into our business and making money and trying to get, I think that's where the disconnection comes in. Because think about it when you're in that space, and then you start getting stressed out over the emails, and then there's the tax bill, and then that client cancels, and then she says this, and then she's writing this on social media, and then people aren't following you, and what? Nobody's like that reel. I spent so long making that reel and that's not gone viral, but she's going viral. I need to be more like her. I need to do what she's doing, and what's her price is saying? Okay, I need to do. And then we're lost. And then we say, just depressed. Just dead down. Life's just shit for me. And we never think to just stop and to cut out the noise and to cut out the distractions. Be like, right, what's the fastest way here to get back in my heart? And to detach from all of that noise, all of that chaos, all those distractions. What's the fastest way I can just come home to me in this moment? It's through the heart. It's always through the heart. And the only reason that you're feeling that way about your life and your business and everything, all them insecurities, all them thoughts, all them feelings, everything that isn't serving you, that doesn't feel good, that doesn't sit right. Why? Because you left your heart. You forgot who you are. This is why I talk about it all the time, like the importance of inner child work, because she's your truth. She's who you are. Before this world began to mould you, and then you got in that relationship, and then you met that person, and then that friendship group, and then that experience and that situation. Don't even get me started on your mum and dad. And then you're just this version of you that isn't actually you, and you don't even know who you are. So then you think, well, maybe I need to be successful, and maybe I need to build a business, and maybe I need a nice car. Maybe I need to look good. Maybe I should get surgery. Maybe I should just get in a relationship with that man because he's good looking and we have a lot in common. He goes to the gym and I go to the gym, and he meditates and I meditate. And then we just settle and we just live a life that's false and disconnected, and it's not even us. And then how do we ever get to meet the real us? Like, I want to know that question. Like, how do I get to meet the real me if I'm not willing to go inwards, if I'm not willing to face myself, if I'm not willing to look at those shadow parts of myself? There's no other way. Just going to check the chat box. I 100% needed this tonight. Glad you're here, my love. The relationship hit me. Big story here, but every word hits my soul. I just want happiness. I'm in service with God, to serve myself, to be in alignment with everything that I do, and serve the world to help them. Love that. Got a message. Is Kim on here? I think I've seen her name before, but I don't know whether she went off. Got a message off Kimberly before, and she said it's so weird since your event. I can't stop thinking about going to church and keep getting these signs, and I even found a leaflet. She said, found a leaflet, and she was like, but I just don't know what to do. I don't know, like, can I go any church? Like, how does it work? And I can't count how many messages I get. When I do my events, I don't preach here about God. I don't preach about being this or that. I don't give a fuck what you believe in. That's my truth. I don't. I have people say to me, Catherine, I don't believe in God. And I'm like, that's fine. You believe in what your heart wants you to believe in. Not believe in what I believe in, because it'll never feel true to you. At my events, I talk about God, obviously. And, well, it is God in that event, but I won't go down that line. But I get people then reaching out to me and they're like, I've never wanted to before, but I want to start going to church. I want to start deepening my connection with God. And I don't really know what other advice to give anybody when it comes to being in the struggle, when it comes to being in pain, when it comes to chaos and people in your life that you struggle to connect to, you struggle to forgive, you struggle to move on from, you struggle to build any connection with them because they're that triggering for you. So like, get it a lot with like people's mum and dad. The darkest times of your life. I don't know what other advice to give anyone other than to take it to God, to pray, to not carry it by yourself, to stop trying to do it by yourself. That's my answer to everything. I was going to say 99%, no, 100%. There's nothing that I don't take to God. I don't carry it no more. And whenever things are happening in my life that I question and I struggle with, it's the first place that I go. And I'm not telling you to go to church. I'm not. If you don't want to go to church, don't go to church. But I'm telling you that if you carry on trying to do all of this and live this life and be in service and do the work and even be your true self, if you try and do it all by yourself, you will struggle till the end. You will. We're not meant to do it alone. None of it. We're a co-creation. What we are doing is co-creating with God, and I talked about this briefly on last night's live. That's what I mean. I was just trying to keep things like surface level so it's not too much, and a wound came up for me today that I feel I've been operating from recently, and I feel I definitely was operating from with this idea of doing the money boot camp. And it was, you've never spoke about religion or any particular God, but since I've met you, I've turned to God so much. My boyfriend thinks I'm crazy. I love that so much. I had somebody ask me once about church, and she said, like, why do you go to church? Like, she believed in God, and she was just like, why do you go to church? Like, what's the point? I don't go to church to say that I go to church. I go to church because of how it makes me feel. How Holy Communion makes me feel when I put it into my body. How the people in that room make me feel, how the priest makes me feel, how the hymns make me feel. The fact that I'm there with my 90-year-old neighbour and my dad, who I've never had a relationship with my dad, I've never had a connection with my dad, I've never been able to receive love from my dad, and he's never been able to receive love from me. And the fact that I'm stood there singing with the two of them next to me in this place of holiness, well, that's why I go to church. I don't play into all of the boxes and the titles and it's this and it's that. I don't do that, and that's the beauty of being courageous enough to step into the freedom of living your own life, because I get to choose. I get to choose what my truth is, and that's the thing with truth. There is no truth. There's no truth. There's only your truth. So my truth isn't your truth, and your truth isn't my truth. Your truth is all that exists, and that's why it's so important to live in integrity with it. What's your truth? What are your beliefs? Who are you? Like, what type of person are you? I went to a funeral last week. It was my sister's neighbour across the road, his wife, 52. She died of cancer, and I didn't really know her, but all my family went, and I went to support my sister, to be honest, because it really hit her, because she was dead close with the family. So I went to support her, and we went into the creme, and there was the man there talking about her life and stuff. And I just had this moment, and I was thinking, how mad is it that, like, she's passed now, and she's left all these grandchildren, these children, and a husband, and they just put her life into like a 3-minute speech, and they just talked about, like, she loved Tenerife and how they met, and they named the grandkids and stuff. And I just started thinking about, I wonder what will be said about me. I wonder what will be said in that 3-minute speech about what I've left here when I'm gone. Will it be the house? Will it be the car? Will it be the business? What will my son say about me? What will my grandchildren say about me? And I know it's deep, and it's like, fucking hell, Catherine, it's a Wednesday night, like, calm down, I know. But these are the things that I want you to be opening yourself up to, like, because it's real. And I do think, like, we live in like this delusion sometimes of not realising, what we're actually here for. And I think this is a real opportunity. If you're here on the live or you're watching the recording or whatever, I think you're really being asked to look in the mirror and sit with your life and get in your heart space. To recenter yourself. To really figure out what work you actually need to do. Where are you distracting yourself? Where are you looking outside of yourself? I'm so lost with everything and I don't even know where to start to begin healing. Well, I would really feel into that, and I love the fact, like my biggest thing when I meet women are women who's like, I'm lost, you know, like I'm lost, I don't know who I am, and I don't know what to do, and I don't know where to go, and I don't know who to speak to, and I don't know what's right, and I don't know what's wrong, and I'm not happy in my relationship, I'm not happy in my life. And for me, on my own personal journey, that was the first thing for me, to be able to see it and admit it and have the awareness of it, because I needed to do that 5 years before I actually done it, and I didn't want to. I didn't want to heal. I didn't want to look at myself. I didn't want to take accountability. I didn't want to do the work. I didn't want to admit anything. I didn't want to say that I was lost. I was like, I'll figure it out. I always do. I'll make it work, I'll make it happen, I'll do what it takes. I'm not going down that route. So I think the fact that you're here, you're watching this is to everyone, to anyone, that's massive. That's 80% of the work. The realisation that I'm in the struggle and I don't want to be here and I want to heal. And then it's opening yourself up to going within. Making those self-made promises that you're not going to run from yourself. You're not going to keep distracting. So for me, celibacy had a massive part of my journey. I knew I couldn't heal if I was still seeking out there. So I had to commit to being celibate, and celibate isn't just not having sex, which everyone seems to think it is, and it's not. Celibacy is nothing. No dating, no texting back, no getting validation when you're on a night out or you're posting pictures on Instagram. It's nothing. There's no energetic leaks. You are all in on you. And it's like this, it's like they can't even come into your field because you're just not available to it. And that was life-changing for me. Because, you know, we spend so much time trying to get to know him, but actually I want to get to know me. I want to get to know what I'm about. I want to get to know my shadows and my fears and my insecurities and what keeps me up at night. I want to build a relationship with me. And I think that's a massive part of the inner work, is standing by that commitment. Like, are you in? Because we can say that we're in, we can say that we want to heal and we want to do the work and we're prepared to do what it takes. So yeah, I'll come to your live event, Catherine. I'll book that ticket. Yeah, nice. Yeah, oh, you've got a membership? Yeah, I'll join up to that. Yeah, I'll do them lives that you do on Facebook, and I'll have a little look into your podcast. And but then when it comes to doing the work, embodying the work, being the work, I'm out. See you later. I've got a business to build. I don't like the way that this work is making my marriage feel. So many women say that to me. How many women sign up to work with me and then they don't because the partner's not in? How many women are working with me and say, it's really affecting my relationship, this, because he thinks I'm changing too much, and this, that and the other. How many people lose friendships, lose businesses, lose themselves? Because this version of you isn't actually the real you. It's just a performance. It's just roles that you play and dynamics that you try and squeeze into, and characters and just ways of being to be accepted and validated and receive whatever love you can from the people that were supposed to love you unconditionally but never did. And I think that was a part of the journey for me. Really allowed me to go there was that commitment. Like, I don't care what it takes, I don't care who I lose, I don't care how hard it gets, I'm in. And I stayed in, I stayed on the journey, I stayed loyal to getting to know me, to my connection to me. And a big one for me, massive, and I talk about this at my live events, was I needed to heal for my son. I needed to be a better mum. I needed to be more loving and nurturing. I needed to be to him what I never had from my mum. So it was like a journey of being what I needed for myself from my mum, but then needing to be what he needs from me. And that's been huge for me on my personal journey. I was feeling lost this morning and in general the past few weeks, not sure where I'm going or what's going to happen. So I went on a godly walk earlier to communicate and ask him where I was going. I asked him for signs. I could have cried on the road whilst I was walking. I was like, who am I? And then I went on Instagram and a video popped up and it said, God cannot bless who you are not. He can only bless who you truly are. I seen this video, you know. I actually seen the same video. God cannot bless who you're not. He can only bless who you really are. I seen the same video. And that hit me really hard because it all leads to authenticity, being you, and the blessings will flow in together with action and God. But this live is in alignment with me so much today. I can really feel all of your words. Thank you for sharing that. I'll have to go on and find that. I've seen the same reel, you know, and I felt the same about that's so true. And it is about being authentically you, but it's about owning your truth and honouring your truth. And I think sometimes as business women we forget to do that because we get caught up out there and we forget the real work. And like, even like, let's talk about money. Like, when you make money and you're being blessed with money, you know, and it changed my life, it changed my son's life. You all know my story of us having nowhere to live, literally, and then I started making money and my business took off and blah blah, so I bought the house and the car and all the designer stuff. Didn't give a penny to my local church. Didn't go out there and look for charities to work with. Wasn't in service to people who needed it. Ever. It was in service to me and my family. It's not like I'm calling myself out saying I'm a selfish bitch or anything like that. I didn't know what was right. I didn't know all of this. I was in the ego. And I think that was a lesson that I learned the back end of last year about using your money to be in service. And then it's not. It's a very different way of living when you're getting paid by the system and the banks and the people than it is when you're getting paid by God. So that means that you've got to spend your money differently. You've got to see money differently. You've got to be different. And I feel we can just get a little bit caught up. And I am still learning too. I haven't got all this shit figured out, girls, trust me. I am still learning. Like, look at that, what happened in this situation. And when I received the message, I'm gonna go now. It's 9 o'clock, so I need to go and pick Keegan up. But has anybody got any questions before I leave? But when I received the message to do the 3-day money boot camp, something happened that week with me mum. And I feel that week I was in my masculine. My masculine's the protective energy, like, I'll protect you. Don't be in your feminine. It's too vulnerable. Like, get your masculine and, you know, we'll deal with the situation. So I think the week that I received the message, I wasn't in my heart. And I still do all of me rituals, still meditate and pray, but I wasn't in my heart. And I do feel now, looking back, that it was a test for me. It was a test. And now, getting to the end of this live, and this is day 3, I think I've passed the test because I have stayed true to me. I knew this morning when I couldn't get up and things was coming up for me, I knew I couldn't just show up and force a live and just force teaching you things that aren't actually from me heart, they're just from a PowerPoint. And it's different inside of my membership, and this is why I created my membership, because I can really connect to your energy. Like, this is for a collective, this is all different platforms, different people. I don't know who watches this. So with my membership, just as an example, I've got some girls in my membership, the majority actually, and they're all saying, like, I'm really struggling with, like, a morning routine and a nighttime routine and staying in the work, staying in the personal development work. I'm a little bit on and off. So I'm like, okay, let's go. I'm going to do a session around that. So I can work like that. So then I might create a PowerPoint. I might, like, bring this up and bring that up, but I know what energies I'm working with, and I know it all feels truth. And then the girls will speak to me on the lives and stuff and be like, yeah, I don't really get that. What do you mean by that? Or, well, I'm struggling with this, and so I can work like that. But do you know what I mean? It feels more real. It feels you're more in service. But when I'm just trying to force yeah, it just didn't align. Just didn't. And I trust that you got what you needed. You know, I've got loads of messages from people saying like it all made sense and stuff. It wasn't like I was just talking shit. Everything I was saying I live by, but I just feel with my work I'm not being asked to deliver that. I'm being asked to get you back in the heart space, to get you back in truth, to get you back into remembering who you are. Which brings me on to something actually. Tomorrow I have a brand new program launching. I've never done this before, ever. I've never had the idea to do it. So when I do group programs, I have 15 to 20 people. That's a lot of energies. And this one, I'm having 5. I'm only having 5 energies in it. So very small container, and it's going to be very intense. So we're going to be in a Telegram group, we're going to be in a WhatsApp group, and we're also going to be doing weekly lives, 2 to 3 hour sessions. It's an 8-week container. It's called Intuitively You, and it is for literally, I just feel so in alignment that I'm dropping it now. It is for women who feel disconnected from their intuition, disconnected from their own business. They're asking, what am I here for? What's my purpose? They know they've got gifts, but they can't come online because of the disconnection. So it's a real opportunity to get to know yourself on a deeper level. It's basically going to feel like my one-to-one containers, apart from there's going to be 5 of yous. So this is for the women. This is where the idea came up, for the women who just can't afford to work with me on a one-to-one. It's a lot of money, and me 5 years ago, there's no way I'd spend grand working with someone. I couldn't. So I need to be offering something that that you can, for the women who are in, like they are in, they're like, I want to do the work, but right now I'm not in a situation to afford that financially. So it starts, it's called Intuitively You. It's an 8-week container, and it starts the 2nd of April to the 21st of May. Right now, for the first 7 days of launching, I'm going to do it for half price, which will be 1111. So 1,111. But the price is 2,222. But you can pay in 2. So is Charlotte on here? I've already got 2 girls signed up because I just had a conversation, and then they both just signed up. I actually messaged Amanda as well. I had when I was creating it, I had the women in mind, because Amanda done, the reason why I had the conversation with her is because she booked in for a discovery call with me where we talk about working one-to-one. So she came up for me when I was designing this. So it's for the women who want to do the work. Like, you're going to feel uncomfortable in this container if you're someone who's like shy with the work and you don't want to go there, because it's going to be very confronting, and the other energies in the container are also going to confront you. So there's not going to be hiding. Like, you're going to feel uncomfortable to be in this container and be like, yeah, I haven't done the work this week. That's how it's going to feel. All eyes are going to be on you. So it's like that real accountability. Like, are you doing the work, or are you just saying that you're doing the work? That's the feeling behind this container. So it's for the women who are ready to fully go there. So yeah, you can pay in 2. So it would be 555, and then you can pay the other 555 before we start on April 2nd. Yeah, April 2nd. It's soon, isn't it? But I'm gonna, if you go on my Instagram, you'll find the link in my bio, and I'm gonna send an email out tomorrow, because yeah, we'll be getting started. I'm gonna be launching it, like I say. So there's 3 spaces, there's 2 have gone, so these are gonna go quick. Like, I'm not expecting for them not to, but at the same time, I'm going to be very discerning with who signs up, because if I feel like you're on and off and you're like not really that interested, and I couldn't have you in there, because it's going to knock the other women. I need you all on the same level. Like, let's fucking go there. I need the commitment piece. That's what I need. Like, me one-to-ones, like I say, it's going to be very similar work to what I do with them. My one-to-ones are all in. They don't shy away from the work. And that's what I'm trying to recreate in this group container, with the idea of this is going to just be for the people who just can't afford the one-to-one right now. So if it's something that you feel aligned to do, reach out to me. Even if you want to jump on a little phone call, I'm happy to do that. Otherwise, the link will be in my bio on Instagram, and I can get you signed up before we start. I'm interested too. I've sent you a message on Instagram. I'll go on my Instagram after this. So yeah, has anyone got any questions about tonight's live? For my membership girls who are on here, I'm going to be going into this on Sunday. I've got a nice session planned for us around what you've been talking about in the group. Struggling with routine, struggling to stay with the work, struggling to just stay in it, how easily you're just distracted. So like, you'll have a dead good week and you're smashing it, and then life will happen and then you're off it. So that's what my intention is for this week. Anyone who's not in the membership and you feel like you wanna give it a go and you want to get involved, it's 33 quid. Like, it literally works out £8 a session. All the sessions are live, and you get full access to me, and I'm here for you wherever you are on your journey. But we're not just making vision boards and setting goals and who's got the nicest car and who's hitting six figures. It's none of that. It's the deeper work. It's the work that keeps you in your heart space. So, my loves, I'm going to love you and leave you. My throat's starting to go now. I'm going to go and pick Keegan up, and I'm going to post this on my YouTube. I was undecided. I was like, I can't do a day 3 of the boot camp when it's not even day 3, but actually it is. And I hope that the people who have been watching the recordings and doing the lives of day 1 and 2, I hope this catches you off guard to the point you're like, fuck, I didn't know I needed that message, but I actually did. So yeah, my Instagram's Catherine Worsley 444. That's the best place to get me, really. Message me, or all my links are always in my bio too. My membership, my coaching, like literally everything. So thank you to everyone who came. I am so sorry to the girls who was messaging me at 7 o'clock asking where I was. The emails still went out by accident. And yeah, I will speak to you all very soon. Good night, God bless.